Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of I'm Still Playing. If you're new to the channel, my name is Dusty Munt, and I'm the tech lead at Robot Entertainment, makers of the Orcs Must Die series of games. In fact, we have a brand new game releasing at the end of this month, Orcs Must Die Deathtrap, and I absolutely invite you to go check it out and wishlist it on Steam. I'll, of course, leave a link in the comments. But today I'm here to talk about my current obsession, Zenless Zone Zero, and one feature that I was particularly impressed with, the special training plan. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, well, it's one of the features that I think that makes ZZZ stand apart from other gacha games, including other Hoyoverse games. It's essentially an in-game guide to all of the materials, currencies, and activities that you need in order to level an agent and to make it competently playable. Now, there's an argument to be made that gacha games could do away with such guides if they didn't make leveling their agents so overly obfuscated and unnecessarily complex. But I think we can all agree that that's not going to happen anytime soon. So when a game at least provides a roadmap for navigating all of their mechanics within the game, well, I think it's worth checking out. And though I have mentioned this feature before because, well, I think it's cool, I have not yet actually tried to use it. So after failing my 50-50 and going even deeper into my pools than I would have liked, I finally acquired the 1.4 Premier Agent Miyabi. And so I thought, well, here's the perfect opportunity to give the special training plan a go and to let you guys know how it's gone. Here we are with Miyabi, and as you can see, she's level 1, and she's got the equipment notification even that says she doesn't have any disk drives or even a W engine equipped yet. She is completely new. So we're going into the special training plan to start with, and we're going to set Miyabi as our target. The ideal here is that you start from the top of the plan and you work your way down. And as you can see, it recommends that I get Miyabi to level 35, which makes sense because my current internet level is only 37. Here's where I ran into my first issue, and honestly, overall, this is my single biggest complaint. There is no W engine recommendation. I looked into the plan and I'm trying to use the tryout plan, which is the easier of the two plans that they provide, and it's supposed to provide a reasonably viable build. But as you can see, there's still no recommendation for a W engine. I figured, well, I guess I'll equip something from what I have already. And this in turn led to a pretty big mistake on my part and some wasted resources. Because I only had a B2 anomaly engines, and I honestly couldn't remember how to acquire new W engines except through the banner pulls. So reluctantly, I went over and burned a few of my remaining polychromes to make some pulls on Miyabi's signature W engine, thinking, who knows, maybe I'll get lucky, right? But of course, I got nothing but crap. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm equipping a B tier W engine. So equip it I did, and then I overclocked it to the max. I then returned to the special training plan and set about leveling up Miyabi. Now, Miyabi is the first anomaly character I've ever leveled, so I have acquired exactly 0 anomaly agent materials. But the UI makes it clear where to go to get the materials, and it takes me directly to the activity I need in order to gather them. So I then burned the remainder of my batteries, running the combat simulation over and over again, and gathered those mats. And that gave me enough to level up Miyabi all the way to level 40. Then I set about leveling up the W engine. And again, I didn't have enough materials on hand, but for the sake of science, I burned some backup materials and I went over and I did the combat exercises to earn W engine upgrade materials. And then I spent the materials and resources to upgrade my crappy ass B tier W engine to level 35. Okay, so brief sidebar here. I actually remembered the very next day, naturally, that I could buy A-rank W engines from the gadget store. Long story short, I went over to the gadget store and I purchased an A-rank anomaly W engine and I equipped it to level 35. Let me just say, I think this is probably the single biggest area where the guide fell down. I'm not recommending an easily purchasable A-rank W engine, which for the tryout plan is exactly what it should recommend. I ended up spending polychrome and resources leveling up an inferior B-rank W engine. So I really feel like that's a place where they could improve the guide. All right, so the next part of the guide is the skills. And you can see to make it clear both what level your skills should be, given your current internet level, and the priority in upgrading those skills. So I followed the link, which took me directly to the skills tab, and then to enhance. And then again, by clicking on the material, I was able to go directly to the activity necessary to use to acquire those resources. More batteries to burn, more grinding for resources. I mean, that's literally what you do in gacha, right? This included 2 runs against the Thracian to get our core skill enhancement all the way up to level C. Okay, by now we've satisfied everything except for the relics. I mean, the disk drives. The guide recommends 4-piece branch and blade song and 2-piece woodpecker electro. It's also useful in that it tells you what primary stats to go for in the variable stat slots and what level we should level these disk drives up to. Again, they provide you direct links from the training plan to the appropriate routine cleaning that you need to run in order to acquire those pieces. So off we go to burn some more batteries and spend some time gathering equipment. And I actually got pretty lucky. I ended up with a few S tiers, a few A tiers, and 1 B tier, but they did all have the right primary stat. And so I went ahead and leveled them up to their recommended level, even though I know I'll definitely end up dismantling those A and B tier pieces. At this point, my equipment is actually all set. But of course, we'll continue to grind those routine cleanup jobs going forward in an attempt to get, of course, S tier versions of all those pieces with the appropriate stats and substats. Once you've satisfied all the check marks, the guide gives you a cool little symbol showing that you are maxed out. Congratulations. But I still had one more thing that I actually wanted to know about the special training plan. And that was it actually good advice? To find the answer, I went to 3 different guide websites to see what they had to say about Miyabi's best build. Fridman agrees on the best 4-piece and 2-piece disk drive set, and it also agrees on the best choices for the primary stats for slots 4, 5, and 6. It also shows that Rainforest Gourmet is a fine W engine given no S tier alternatives. Game Rant also agrees on the best 4-piece and 2-piece sets for the disk drives, although it preferred Anomaly Mastery for slot 6 primary stat, whereas of course the guide recommended attack percent. It also said that my choice for Rainforest Gourmet W engine was okay given no S tier alternatives. And finally, Icy Veins Miyabi Guide also recommended the same choices for the 4-piece and 2-piece disk drive sets, and also agreed on the stat priority for slots 4, 5, and 6. They did not specify that my choice for W engine, though. Instead, they thought the Electro Lip Gloss S5 was the best choice for an alternative W engine. And there you have it. With a few small exceptions, it seems like the special training plan is offering solid build advice. My Miyabi's gone from 0 to hero in just a few days of grinding energy and materials, and we built her up using only the in-game mechanics and guides. I will say overall that the special training plan was exceptionally easy to use and useful, with the sole exception of a complete lack of W engine recommendation, which is an oversight that, to be honest, completely baffles me. I mean, it's such a glaring oversight that I can't help but wonder if I missed something. So if I did, you guys, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. All right, that's it for this week's I'm Still Playing. If you're enjoying my content, please be sure and hit the like button and subscribe button. I'm planning on using this channel to supplement my retirement and my gacha addiction, so help a brother out. Until next time, all of you, play hard.